Good day, this is James here speaking, and how's it going? Today is Friday, which means here is today is a Friday night. I gotta make with these kind of have it is tragedy cases with the situation that's going on that in the real life section. And I haven't been to, and I went to the school, and also the people that went to high school, who they have colleges, children's and teenagehoods, and among other things, with the support that the teachers and principal, the headmaster, and some kind of hefty security, and the police officer. And I have been say a long way this tragedy, a long way for the tragedy for some kind of the yesterday on evening night that where is there's been high school the incident, the murder shooters at the high school, and it has literally is been, this is where start of the incident of the infamous high school shooting. But now as this year is the with a Thailand high school shooting, and I gotta make these would have situations after, and I have been to with former male students. I was usually that went to the first and second school for the working up the school with the students, a project aside, a personal project among with the children are doing well, and still turn out to be the former police officer who caused the murder shooting at school. Still is not been okay. This has not been okay, and this is what it was they had the school shooting at this point that took place onto this bad outcomes onto this way with the start this situation, and has been a horrific the statistic, the former police officer, the guy, and it is starting on to massacred at the necessary schools for house with the children that slept in and over the cover in the bed, and it is, and that's is I heard of it, the person had the pistols and started this went insane, so psychopath, and I had this that the police officer who was his jobs after the police department, and for reasons that there is the only for reason that he managed the drugs that addicted, and as addicted to the charges as it takes with the court. Once he got out from the court, and afterwards, before he started to the high school shooting it. Wow, that was very rough. So, and there's a lot of stuff in it going on with the school shooting history. The worst thing ever that over has been the years. These kind of have a duel the person who was a statistic the insane shooters who they ever then caused for the cyberbully and harassment, stalking, disrespectful, and the threaten their of students. these torch at the students that each every this people the instant. And I also have there's a lot of like the infamous high school shooting in the massacre since April 1999, and it has been just turned strategically as tragedy. That I would call it a tragedy. Do I really say? Is that a bet to be that no one else that over the watch that, so watch out for the bad guy, for a bad person try to start shooting at the school, and it has to start with the pointing at this for the trickly to shoot at the children's students, and included us by the teenagehood and the teachers, as it hurt things a lot for the painfully that where it has a serious the actions for the directly. So as for once that which I just and it takes for advantage this with it have to which you have to the possession of a gun minors. Wonder is it legal just possessing of the gun minors? And I don't believe it is this, but I think I believe this, but he was charged but the possessing of the guns at the minors and to kill it with the killing this with of student here, but onto this onto the nursery school, and it takes it takes a lot of times that this how much of it killing at least the 38 people, yeah, 38 people are killed by the bad person. Once that he is fleed and got us out the school, and then instead of returning home, as before he's taking his own life, that he's still up with guns in possession there with his murder suicide. But I think he killed his own wife and a child, so that's what it really had to really do, and before he shot himself. Wow, so that was really rough, and it has a heartbreaking moment. Is a very heartbreaking moment with the school shooting and the massacre that the whole place been messed up. I wonder that the real world it was been this where start the tragedy, and the worst thing is that I ever seen that as comfortable. It just started since high school massacre that still placed here and every single dead country. And the only thing is that the only have to the bad persons that with the mental disorders that have mental health problems that turn insanity for insane as to turn to serial killers. So it is also have the capital murders at the same time, and the murder suicide that doesn't have no longer been exist. But he did commit suicide, but he's presumably dead of yesterday. But after he's been finished the school massacre, and they have to believe so, and that is the tragedy. It's very rough. It's really worse than the worst years ever seen. Wow. That might visit for a tragedy, of course.